So I'm out here in my front yard today, gonna make some balm, so I'm gonna have to collect the plants I'm gonna use. It's a little rainy right now, but let's get to it. So this is lemon balm. You can see how much I have. I'm gonna have to chop this down before it starts to bolt. Now this is a good amount for what I'm going to do. Lemon balm, it has a lemony aroma. It is a member of the mint family. It's great for lowering blood pressure. You can take these leaves and put them in a bottle of water. It is edible. You can put it in a salad, make balms out of them. There are also studies out there that it helps with glioblastoma, which I thought was kind of surprising. But today I'm going to use it to make balm. Now there are a few other plants that are useful. Dandelion and broadleaf plantain. I grow both of those in my yard, so I'm going to look for those now. I'm also going to put those in my balm. This right here is broadleaf plantain. It's really great for insect bites and stings and for your skin. It's also edible, although it tastes kind of bitter. It does grow a shoot that tastes delicious if you fry it up in some butter. You can see right here, this one's starting to grow a shoot. As long as you get them while they're nice and tight. Probably be about that big when you want to pick it. As long as it hasn't dropped seeds yet, it'll still be nice and tender. Gonna fill my bowl here. Got some dandelion here. Dandelion is completely edible. The flowers can be used to make tea. The root is edible. Dandelion is a bitter. It's great for the liver, and you can put it in a salad. This right here is a sunflower shoot. We feed the birds sunflower seeds, so these shoots will grow underneath our bird feeder. I'll wait till there are more of them and they're a little bigger, and I'll come out here and get these. These shoots are great for a salad. They're microgreens, extremely healthy. This right here is mullein. It's got a velvety leaf, kind of hairy on one side. Mullein is great for breathing. I can make balms out of this that are kind of the healthy version of Vicks Vapor Rub. This will be a 6-foot weed, and it'll grow a stalk kind of like a corn cob with yellow flowers. I might use a little bit of this today. I'm going to take these. This is lavender starting to grow here. I will use that later on. I'll dry that out. I'll either make candles or balm out of that. Plus it smells fantastic. This is comfrey right here. Now this is good for stopping bleeding and healing up broken bones fast. Its slang name is bone knit, so I'm going to take some of this. Now usually these leaves will get really big. It's early in the season, so I'm only going to cut a few off of here. Now, if you have an injury or a broken bone, You can make a poultice out of this by soaking these leaves and using a pestle and pounding them down until you get all the juices out of them, and then wrapping them in a bandage. I've done this several times when I've gotten foot injury, so it heals it up a lot faster. People used to make tea out of comfrey, but you don't really want to do that, especially using the root, because it has compound in it that is not really great for the liver. So we'll stick to using these externally. This is mint growing here. It's just starting to grow. Mint and lemon balm will take over your entire yard if you let it, so it's important to keep it trimmed up. Now you can trim this all the way down several times a season and it'll just keep growing back. When you're done, you just let it grow all the way up and bolt, and then it will have a little flower on it where it will drop seeds. Now here's what I have. It's important to write down all the ingredients you have in your balm, especially if you are going to sell it. So we have the comfrey, broadleaf plantain, mullein, dandelion, and our lemon balm. Got my list. Now eventually I'm going to print labels with this on here because I am going to sell this, and we want to make sure people with allergies know exactly what's in here. Also, I have this that I need to use up some time. So I have a supplement, fenugreek and thyme, which is actually good for, you know, if you have a virus or something like that, you want to knock it out. It's probably not the first thing I would use, but it definitely helps with breathing, so I'm going to use this. Now I've put some water in the sink. This is filtered water. Tap water is really not something that I want to put in my body, so I'm going to soak them in here. Now I don't spray my yard. It's really important to collect your plants from somewhere that's not being sprayed with cancer-causing pesticides. But I do want to make sure there aren't any bugs hidden in here, so I am going to soak this for a few hours, maybe an hour. I'm not as worried about the lemon balm because I do use it to make insect repellent. I've never seen bugs on it, and it was just raining and the plant was upright, not down on the ground, so this won't need to soak for as long. Now that my plants are done soaking, I'm just going to sort of drain off the excess water here. Now you can use a salad spinner for this if you want. Doesn't have to be perfect. So I have the crock pot here. I'm going to put these leaves right in here. Got my thyme, put that in here. My lemon balm, now I might have to cut this down to fit it in. So I have some extra lemon balm here, so I might make some insect repellent later with this. I'm just going to let it soak. I'm going to be using avocado oil today. You can use olive oil, coconut oil, jojoba oil, depending on what you're making here. I don't like to use seed oils, and this just happens to be what I have. So I'm going to pour in the oil and cover up the leaves. You want to make sure you cover all of them. This is a very large crock pot, so I'll probably use all of this oil. This was a full bottle. So you want liquid to be at the bottom. I'm going to turn this on. And you can see I'm going to use the lowest setting, which is warm. And this is on for 4 hours. That's the limit on here. I really want to go 5 hours on this. I'm going to put the lid on. Now I'm going to leave this on warm for 5 hours, and then I'm going to come back and show you how to make the balm. So I'm going to be using these stainless steel tins. I bought these on Amazon. They're screw top, 2-ounce tins. And beeswax pellets. They also make cosmetic grade candle dye, which you can also use. These little pellets here. They come in just about every color. They also make these if you'd like to make candles. I'm not going to be doing that today. Now I'm going to take these out and discard them because we really want the liquid. Now if you don't want to use the crock pot, you can also use a dark colored bottle and infuse these in oil for about a month, and it'll do the same thing. Now the next thing I'm going to do is strain this oil with a fine strainer. You can see there's some debris in there. We don't want that in our balm. Now we're going to let this set. It doesn't take very long. You should see it start to set in less than 15 minutes. Give it a good 30 minutes just in case. Now keep in mind this liquid's going to be hot, so you should put them where you're going to leave them to set before pouring the liquid in. Now it's only been a few minutes and you can see these are already starting to set. Now this is what happens if you try to move them before they're set. Now, like I said before, you can use essential oils. You can use any oils you want. If you're going to use the oils, you want to pour them right in here before you pour the beeswax in. Now that it's set, I can put on the lids. So remember, I told you how important it is to make a list of your ingredients. I have printed up some labels here. Now here's a balm that I made previously. You can see I printed up some nice fancy labels and then I put the ingredients on the back. Now I've made a couple of different kinds of balm. This one is for breathing. And this is a lavender balm. Like I said before, this balm is really great for skin conditions, insect bites, rash, sunburn. And there we have it. Now I've got some extra lemon balm. What I'm going to do with that is dehydrate it. I have a piece of parchment paper I put on my rack right here. And I'm just going to lay these out. So this is a commercial grade dehydrator. I'm just going to stick this rack right in here. You can see there's some that's already dried. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to turn this on. About 2 hours at 55 degrees, 60 degrees. And we'll come back and check it later. Well, I burned myself and I started a fire, but I got balm.